All right, guys. Injuries from the game. Trent Williams had an ankle. He returned. Debo had a shoulder. Did not. George Odom, thigh. Didn't return. And Christian McCaffrey had a oblique/rib. Go ahead.
Any idea of severity on Debo?
No, we don't know yet.
Did you get a chance to talk to Jake and when he's leaving?
I didn't get a chance to talk to anyone individually, just the whole team. But, I mean, it's always tough to miss that last kick, but that happens in football. You know, they played better than us today, and you know, that was the last play, but there was a lot more today than just that.
Can you walk us through the sequence before the kick on what you were thinking in terms of trying to get more yards with a timeout left there? What were you?
Just trying to get more yards and letting it go down, and then we wanted to leave it there in case there was a bad snap or something, so we could spike it and have another play. That's just what we felt.
What is your message to the team after a game like this?
We went in thinking it was going to be a grimy game, like it was, but it's, you know, we would have felt really good initially, like coming in, if we made that on the last play. But my message to them was, regardless of whether we hit that or not, there's a lot of stuff from this game that we got to improve on. I thought we made way too many mistakes on offense. You know, just losing a couple guys in the game, we had to switch a couple guys around, and we weren't quite ready for that. Which starts with me with too many mistakes, and this is our first time having to come in after a loss in a long time, and it's time to get back in, go to work, and make sure we come back next week stronger.
It's also the first time we've seen Brock really struggle to that degree, just not getting in. If they go in the passing game, is there anything you can kind of put your finger on right away why that was such a grind today?
Yeah, I mean, we went against a very good defense to start with. That's why we expected it going in. I thought we did some good things in the first half. We had two opportunities in the first half to get two really big plays that I think would have changed a lot of it, and we missed both of them. One getting a penalty on it, so we didn't get to do it. And then we came out in the third quarter, got way behind the chains, whether it was a penalty, a stuffed run. We got in a ton of second and longs, which you tell me we get in that many second and longs, third and longs versus that defense, I got a real good idea of how it's going to go. But it wasn't just Brock, it was everybody. Everybody had their turn on offense especially, and it starts with me.
What was your view of the penalty on Gibson there?
I mean, my view was his intent wasn't at all to do that. It looked like the receiver was coming in there, jumping too, and it looked like they touched helmets from where I was. So, I mean, I don't have much of an opinion. I just didn't look that violent, but I'll see when I watch the film. I know what the rules are. So.
Like maybe the contact was on the shoulder rather than helmet. Did they tell you that they thought it was on the helmet?
No, they don't tell us. Yeah, that's.
What makes this such a good defense?
I mean, the talent with scheme. I mean, they got two corners. They got really good. They actually got three. They got good pass rush, really good pass rushers, and it's a really good scheme.
Dallas has talent too. You guys scored 42 on them. So why does this team have more success?
I just told you other parts.
Got that sequence before.
You don't compare 1 week to a team last week. Each Sunday's a different game.
That sequence before the half, they reviewed it, the sack, and they called it a forward pass. Did you get a good look at that or any explanation?
I did on the scoreboard. Yeah, I thought it was a fumble. I thought he underhand threw it, and I thought it came loose on his two thumbs, and that's why he just pushed it, and the ball came out very unnaturally for a pass because I thought the ball was loose before he did it.
How much more difficult did it become to draw stuff up that worked without Debo and Christian both simultaneously out?
It's more about just getting all the guys ready for it. I mean, you got a game plan that's got enough stuff in it, but it was just moving some positions around. We just made too many mistakes.
Jim Schwartz has a history of putting together good defenses. What makes him a good defensive coordinator in this league?
Been doing it for a long time. Very sound. They know how to get there with four people and good coverages.
What about your own defense? It looked like they were able to, they didn't have a prolific day, but they made some plays when they had to, kept the chains moving.
No, they're the reason we had a chance. I mean, getting that turnover at the end with Demo, helping us win the turnover battle. They're the reasons that we were in it at the end and had a chance to win. But I also still think that they can do better than that too, giving up over 300 yards to there and not finishing it there at the end. But they were the side of the ball that gave us a chance today.
Is the run defense any concern for you at this point after 160 yards for Cleveland today?
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do good enough today. So it's I'll see on the film when I look at it. Thought we did decent at last week. We didn't today, so we'll see why that was.
Take a couple more.
How much did you guys miss Dre out there on defense to come?
What's that?
How much did you guys miss Dre Greenlaw?
I mean, you always miss your good play. I mean, real good players. I mean, Dre's one of the better players in this league. Orange came in and done a real good job. I thought he had his best game last week, so I'll see when I get on the plane with the film, but definitely don't think that was the reason today.
What do you think of Randy Gregory's first outing for the team?
I'll see when I watch the whole tape, but definitely I saw him make some plays. I think he got a sack in there, got a TFL, so it was nice to see him in some action.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thanks, guys.
Nick, how do you put this one in a perspective, just the way, the way it ended, the way it went the whole game?
I think it's a learning experience for us. We had a good idea that it was going to be that type of game, just scrappy till the end. It's an unbelievable defense, and we needed to match their intensity, and we let up too much. So definitely a learning experience of how teams are going to attack us, especially teams who know our scheme because they run a similar scheme. But yeah, you just got to take it as a learning experience. I don't think we deserve to win today.
Chuck just said that everybody makes mistakes and it makes you human and ultimately they can end up being good for you. Is there anything you can take away from today that maybe down the road will become helpful?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely dive in on the tape and, like Fred said, look inward. I think everybody on the defense could improve, including myself. And it's early. We haven't lost in a long time in the regular season, so it hurts a little more. But yeah, definitely big time learning experience.
You had the sack about 3.5 minutes to go. What were you feeling right then in terms of, I guess, the chances of winning? Did you feel like that was going to be it, or was the game going, or was there too much to go?
Definitely didn't think it was it. It's good to make a play. It was a good call by Wilkes, but we needed to adjust earlier, and I don't think we did that as a defense.
Those easy fixes.
The play before the end of the first half there, that they called a forward pass, what was your view of that?
I didn't get a great look at it. I did think in real time that it was a fumble. It's a little surprised, but I didn't see the replay, so can't.
Did that feel like a big moment in the game that could flip things?
For sure, yeah, for sure.
Nick, you talked about those adjustments. Are those easy fixes, or is something that's going to take some effort and some work to get there?
Yeah, I think the NFL season is really long. You're gonna have to deal with injuries. It happens to every team at certain points. I think we got out of it pretty good, but we lost some guys, and we need to be more ready to adjust when we do lose guys. But yeah, as a defense, I need to watch the tape. But I'm sure every single person has multiple plays that they would want back.
Nick, the loss of Nick Chubb surely put away the questions around the Browns' run game, but what were your first impressions going up against Ford and Hunt, who were key winners to their win?
Yeah, they schemed us up pretty good. They were getting the edge on us, which is something that we take pride in, is setting edges and turning things back into the teeth of the defense. And they did a really good job of scheming us up, and the quarterback played well, didn't make too many mistakes, and we definitely didn't underestimate them, but they played better than us.
All right, thanks, Nick.
Thanks.
What is your message coming out of this game to your teammates?
I said a lot in there. The main thing is that, I think they earned it and we didn't this game. That's what it came down to. I would never put it on Moody at the end there to say, it's great that we had an opportunity to win that, in that fashion, but we didn't earn it. They earned it today. I said that win or loss, I felt like we needed this game. We knew what type of game it was going to be. In order for us to be the team that we want to be moving forward, we need to get battle tested. That's exactly what today was. We learned from it, watch the tape, look at it hard internally, and be better from it.
Did they do some things you think that now teams will
Yeah, that's always how it goes. You know, when their team has over 300 yards of offense, you know, teams are obviously going to look to see, all right, what hurt us. And I feel like lots of screens, perimeter runs, shots down the field, little things all game that, and, you know, we got to win on third down too, you know, not staying out there for too long. And it's hard to kind of replay the whole entire game in my head, but we'll look at the tape and we'll obviously make adjustments where we need to.
You mentioned that everybody really had his back, and especially for someone who was new to the team. How important is it for you as a team leader to kind of let him know that you do?
Absolutely. I mean, he's a young player, man. He's a rookie, and he's going to have so many other opportunities to help us win games. And so, like I said, I would never put that on him to say that, you know, that we lost this game because of him. I always look to myself first to see what I could have did better. And defensively as a group, when we give up over 300 yards offense, like I said, that's hard to win in this league.
Your teammate Nick Bolstad also mentioned adjustments being needed. It's still early after the game, but what do you think is the biggest adjustment after that you feel is needed moving going forward?
Like I said, it's hard to say right now since it's hard for me to replay everything in my head. And we'll look at the tape hard though, and we'll make the necessary adjustments. I'm not too concerned about it.
Let's get a couple more for Fred.
What did you think of Gibson's hit there and the penalty that was called? Did you think that was a penalty?
I didn't see it. I was either in the rush or covering the opposite direction, so I didn't see it. I don't know. If they call it, then they're going to call it at the end of the day.
Did you get a sense that maybe you guys for a play or two were a little bit deflated by the call, like thinking you made the stop and then?
Not at all. Not at all. Our mentality is always next play, best play mentality every single time we step out there. So I wouldn't worry about it one bit.
Last one, guys. Called that pass on second down there, near the goal line there. A couple guys had a chance to get the pick. What did you see on the play? Did you think that maybe that was an opportunity that kind of went by the wayside?
Yeah, I mean they gave us another opportunity down there by calling that play and by him trying to force it in there to make a play. But you go down the entire game, we had opportunities in all four quarters. To say that was the one that could have won or lost it, that's like, you know, ticky-tack. You could say that about anything. So.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And why do you think it was just it was a tough game for the offense? It seemed like that's going to get any real rhythm going. What do you think that is?
We played, one of the better defenses in the league. They did a good job of getting us behind chains and early downs. And, once you get behind against guys, the pass rush they have up front, you playing into their hands. And I think that's as an offense, we played into their hands a bit too much to come out with the win.
We saw it. The guy rolled up on your ankle there. How did it feel? Did you compromise at all?
Yeah. I mean, it didn't feel good at all. It's football, and I just tried to fight through it for my teammates. I know they got a Hall of Fame rusher over there in '95, and I wanted to get back out there so I could kind of help my team. Try to contain him. I didn't want to put Jalen in that position.
What did you make of that battle that you guys had out there, you and Miles?
Yeah, I mean, he's one of the best in the world. We battled. It was tough. We got a lot of respect for each other. And, he's everything I thought he was going to be.
And how tough is that, just defense in general in that front, when if you handle Miles, that they got Obo, they got Z, they got a lot of other guys who are able to affect the game?
Yeah, I mean, I think they got a really good defensive front. They got a really good front eight. Obviously, 95 is a catalyst for all of that. And, so it's not just him. Obviously it's more than just him. He's just the biggest part. We try to do what we can do to contain him. But like I said, when you getting in third and long, second and longs, the playbook shrinks down about 80%. You only got so many calls you can call, and when you're behind the chains, you play into that defense's wheelhouse.
Sure, it's been quite a while since this team has lost a regular season game. How much of a shock to the system does that come in?
I wouldn't say shocked. We bombed out. We didn't get it at the end. Honestly, we probably didn't deserve to win that game, but it's a good learning experience. We played a really good defense. It was a dogfight, and obviously we didn't come out on the side that we wanted to. But I think this team can draw a lot from this game today. You know, and like I said, we had a rough start of the offense, but when we needed the plays, we made them down at the end during the 2-minute drive. You know, and we just came up a little bit short.
A couple more. What happened before the game? A little kind of
I don't know. They was already doing that when we came out, so I don't know what was going on.
You just came to your teammates.
Yeah, I just came with her trying to, you know, break it up, offer some little support. But, you know, honestly, all that died down once the game kicked off. Just a little gamesmanship, you know, and hats off to them. They did what they needed to do to win.
Not to dwell on.
Last one here.
Not to dwell on the NBA matchup too much, but are there any stark similarities between Logan against 9-5 or your teammate 9-7?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're two of the best rushers in the world. I think it's them two, and then it's, you know, a little bit of drop-off when you talk about 3 and 4. But, no, I don't think they're not similar in any facet. Obviously, Miles is 6'5", 280. I think Nick maybe, 6'3", maybe 250, 260. I don't know his exact weight, but, you know, it's two totally different players, two totally different styles of football that they play. But both of them are great in their own respect. So, you know, obviously blocking Nick gets you ready to play anybody, but I don't think they're not that similar in playing styles.
All right, thanks, Trent.
A lot of your teammates have talked about this could be a learning experience, you know, and with that kind of focus, what do you think is the biggest learning experience you can take out of this, or the biggest lesson you can take out of this?
Yeah, man, like, it's the NFL. You get opportunities. You gotta take advantage of them. And so there was definitely some throws and opportunities that I feel like that were there for me, and I missed on them. And that, you know, made us be behind the sticks. And then you have to get a third down, which is tough on the road here, man. And that's something that I got to learn from, man. So definitely gonna be real about it. And we all gotta, you know, look ourselves in the mirror and see the flaws and stuff, and get better from it, but it starts with me. So.
You guys moved down the field on the first drive and scored pretty quickly. Were there any adjustments or changes they made that threw you guys off from that point?
No, you know, the defense did what they have been. Like, you know, we started shooting ourselves in the foot with just little things, false starts, and the operation and everything not being clean, of getting lined up and being, you know, ready to play. You know, there's delay games, which is on me. So there's just little things, man, we got to clean up, which, you know, on the first drive, we were smooth and clean on it. So.
What clicked on the final drive?
Man, just sense of urgency. You know, we got up to the ball, and we ran some plays that we were all comfortable with, and just get the ball to the playmakers and get it in their hands. BA did a great job of creating separation and getting into some space and making guys miss. Just the tempo, you know, felt good, but you know, the plays and stuff that we had drawn up, you know, earlier in the game and stuff, they're there, and so that's something that I have to look myself in the mirror and be better at and make the throws. So.
Brock, an interception, was that just off target, or did you, is there any miscommunication or was it?
No, it was just a bad ball on my end. BA did a great job. He broke whoever was guarding him, and he had all the separation in the world, you know, to be able to lead him and convert a first down. So that was on me for sure.
You like, we're so used to, you know, maybe you've been out of rhythm for a stretch during a game, but you know the stats are, you've never had a game like this in the NFL. Was it like the sense of frustration? And did you keep thinking like, okay, this drive, you know, we're going to put it together?
Yeah, 100%. That was my, you know, mindset and mentality the whole game. Obviously, you score on the first drive, but, you know, we ran the ball a lot. And so for me, it's like, all right, you know, let's get into a rhythm, let's hit the guys when they're open, let's move the chains, and then put up points. And so that was my mentality the whole game, every drive, even though, you know, I missed some throws and whatnot. That's where I was at. But at the end of the day, man, I feel like I didn't play to the standard that I need to. So.
After 15 straight wins in the regular season, you know, a loss that you wish didn't happen, how easy is it to flush something like this and move on? Or is it harder because you know how good you guys have been and this is the aberration?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know what our expectations are and what our standards are here, and so to come out and lose any game, it's always going to hurt and sting. You know, for us, you know, yeah, we were on that streak and all that kind of stuff, but we don't try to focus on the outcome. It's more about being our best every play, every drive, every series, and then it just falls into place how it needs to. So for us, we feel like we failed, you know, our own expectations today in terms of playing our best, and that's something that we're going to have to watch the film and be better at. But at the same time, we got some games to play, a season to look forward to ahead of us, and we're going to learn from it. It's going to sting right now for the next couple of days, but we got a good group, so we'll bounce back.
When you lose Debo early and then Christian in the third quarter, how much energy, I guess, is sucked out of the offense at that point?
Yeah, I mean, obviously they're playmakers, really good playmakers, and so it hurts. But at the same time, we got guys to be able to come in and make plays too, and so that's on me, you know, being able to help out, you know, guys like Ray and JJ, they're going to play more. Elijah coming in, I got to do a better job with, you know, just, you know, communicating to them in the huddle, you know, giving them some sort of expectation of what's to come in terms of the play and stuff. So that's something that I got to be better at. But we got good players, and I'm confident, you know, whoever comes in, even if Debo and Christian aren't able to go, we got good players.
Two more guys. The last drive before the field goal attempt, actually, you only needed a field goal, but you were rolling pretty good, and you had 34 seconds in the timeout. Would you like to kind of keep going and try to get a little more yardage to set up that opportunity?
I mean, honestly, we trust in Jake. Jake, he has a great leg. He's been great all year. You know, Kyle, that's something that he saw where we were good at where we were at, and we trusted in Jake to make the kick. And so for me, do I think we should have done this or that? Like, I think we did our job. And I think, you know, if we had to do it again, man, we're going to trust in Jake again. So Jake's done a great job all year. We're going to continue to believe in him, and it is what it is. So.
When Kyle was talking, he seemed frankly mad. What about this game would make him mad?
Can you say it again? Sorry.
When Kyle was in here talking, Coach Shanahan seemed mad. What about this game would make him mad?
I just, you know, the little things, you know, the detail, the mindset of coming in and being on point with, you know, just our operation, our plays, and then there's, like, for myself, man, there's plays to be made. You know, it wasn't as if there wasn't any plays or anything open. Like, there was guys open, and so for me, I have to be better in that area, and I could see his frustration probably from that. But we're real. We're all real with each other, and we're going to get better from it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.